my gosh, hello everyone!
Hello.
Hi Mega Man, hi Arthur, hi Stella. A sleepy little creature. This wretched beast cannot hold its eyes open. Oh, no, dear. Whatever will we do?
Oh.
Hi Tex, hi Asentar. How's everyone doing today?
Hello.
I am doing pretty good myself. I am firmly of the position that this grinding is going to be way less annoying with everyone else here. It's going to be very fun because I have not seen any of the questions that all of you have submitted so far. So
I've taken a peek at some of them.
Yeah, you're the one that has the sheet. But I am just, I'm going to be completely surprised by what is coming. No time to think about it. You're getting my honest reaction to your burning question.
I could have given you the link to the question form. Like, I could have given you the link so you could have looked at it, but
I think it's more fun this way.
that's what makes it. Yeah, it's more fun than a podcast when it's your honest answers. I gotta go refill my water real quick.
Chat, she's dehydrated. She is like a wilting little plant. Very sad. Very sad.
Oh, I'm wilting. Oh, I need water. Oh.
Oh. Thirsty little flower.
I also think that while we probably, we'll probably get through most of the questions, I think we can also take some questions in stream too. Like, I think there's not really much wrong with that.
Yeah. We will
Droopy meadow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm droopy. Oh.
This meadow, all of the grass is so dry.
Oh.
Yep, it's true. Alright, let's take you over to the main screen.
How many people submitted? I mean, I don't know how many individuals submitted, but I do know that 10 responses so far.
There you go.
Also, given that you are literally going to just be grinding, I am not even going to, like, pay attention to your game. So,
cool.
If there's something that is important in the game, just, like, alert me to it, okay?
Understood.
I will get a preliminary question to ask everybody else, though. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
You all probably did not expect for, us to ask you questions. How was your day?
Holy
what did you eat
shit.
for breakfast?
Holy shit.
What did you eat for breakfast and or lunch and or whatever meals that you've had today?
We still have several little duders that we gotta purify here before we'll even be ready to start just like level grinding. Fucked up.
Ate an egg sandwich. Cool.
Oh, it's been so long. It's been too long since I've had funny egg sandwich.
Funny egg sandwich. Funny. Had Mackey's. I'm kind of going through an event, but the food was nice. Gosh.
Hold on.
Is that what they call it in Britain compared to Australia? Macca's. Brandon going to Macca's.
Lord.
I like how I just call him Brandon. I don't even call him One Trick Pony. I mean, that's a superhero name. He's also an athlete.
He's also anathema.
Oh.
Yep. Very sad, actually.
Currently playing Warframe and thinking about Monster Hunter. Hell yeah. Then we getting Jersey Mike's for lunch, so I'll be winning. Hell yeah, Jersey Mike's.
Sandwich. Oh.
Jersey Mike's, where the only problem I have with their sandwiches is that they're just kind of a little wet with
They're
oil.
so fucking wet, bro.
But I really like them. I'm willing to accept wetness. It just means that my hands will be a little extra dirty when I eat them.
Gosh.
Can't wait for the new Warframe out there. I need that fucking guitar Warframe. What the fuck?
Slack off like
happening?
tries to fly when it takes damage.
Gosh.
It's very
Get
silly.
me out of here. Crumb of optimization. Gosh. Oh, and I'm yawning. Oh, I'm yawning. Streaming induces yawning into me for some reason, and I
Yeah.
fucking hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hate it. Oh.
Flying.
Getting back to bed, it's so cold that I couldn't feel my fingers with gloves on. Gosh dang. Buff it to triple axle rolls. And I was just tucked into bed watching stream. That's basically what I am, I guess. Even though I am fully out of my bed.
Hi.
Hi, Draga.
Sus.
Hi,
Draga.
Asbestos.
Yeah, it's by Bravo. We're gonna have a Flygon for this one once we're done grinding here.
Done grinding here, yeah, after, however long.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and also I will, for all of you who might want to, add in more questions to the forum as we stream, I am perfectly fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Wow.
Just go right there and submit any question you want. You can submit multiple questions if you want. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Manually unpinned or under stream. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, go to that link and you can submit any question you want. It can be about anything.
But make sure it's cool.
Make sure it's a cool question.
Make sure you're a cool dude.
Should we get into the first question that I have here?
Are we done talking about lunch? That's the question.
Is everybody ready to move on from talking about lunch, or does anybody want more lunch talk? I had my parents like leftover steak fajita burrito, although I did not eat like half of it because there was a bunch of veggies I didn't like.
Ooh.
I'm like weirdly picky with like peppers on things because I feel like half the time when you put a pepper on something, it's like very watery for whatever reason.
Also, Stella, you must understand, I don't know what that means. What those mechanics mean.
Gungry beast hungers. Yeah, I do not like watery veggies. And like, I don't know, the way pepper is included in a lot of like omelets and stuff is like also I don't particularly like. They increase in power every hit. Huh. So I guess 20, 40, 60 is each hit.
Well, no,
10,
triple
20,
kick is
30.
10, 20, 30.
Well, yeah, 10, 20, 30, and then the other one is 20, 40, 60.
If only we had that to play around with. Oh, Vibrava is big now.
Vibrava's hyper. This is unfortunate.
Vibrava is literally so hype right now.
It's so hype! Pepper omelet sounds like so much prefer potato like a Spanish style omelet. Yeah,
What do you
it's
mean
been ages since
pepper
I've...
omelet sounds like... What else do you put on an omelet? You put like little bits of chopped up pepper and potato and cheese in it. What else do you
I like omelets with like cubed ham and bacon bits in it as well.
Yeah, that's what you put in an
I
omelet.
like black pepper.
Hi, Megamon.
No, we're talking about like bell
Yeah,
pepper.
we're talking about bell peppers and stuff, I believe.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about
But
the
this
vegetable.
is like This is like. You have to understand, it's very taboo for an English person to have any amount of peppers.
Like
It's just
omelets
too
with bacon and
spicy for
sweet
them.
onions. Just like ham, cheese, potato, and onion. Gosh, this is making me want to go get an omelet now. Vibrava's shaking.
Yeah, that's the thing, Stella, is like Colosseum is basically the only game where you can reasonably use a Hitmontop in a playthrough because you don't have to go through the bullshit of evening out its stats before it evolves.
Hey, guess what I used in Crystal? I had a Hitmontop on my team in Crystal, so I basically went to the Elite Four with a team of 5.
God.
Honestly, effectively, I went into the Elite Four with a team of 3. Like, my fucking Crystal team was basically just Golem, Vaporeon, and Magneton. That was my fucking Crystal team. My Xatu's only psychic move was Future Sight, and its only flying type moves was Peck and Fly. Hitmontop was virtually useless because it did not know a fighting type move. It had Strength, Dizzy Punch, Mud Slap, and Rapid Spin. And my Meganium was it's Meganium. It's very cute, but it's not very good.
Also, I'm sorry I have to be the one to report this to you, Mega Ma, but bell peppers don't have any spice. That is literally just in your head. Bell peppers have like 0 Scovilles. They do not have any capsaicin in them. If you think bell peppers are spicy, then that is you psyching yourself out.
Yeah, bell peppers are like the basic pepper that you put in like a Philly cheesesteak or whatever. It is not like the kind of thing that you put in a pepper to, or you put in a thing to make it spicy. A pepper, stuffed pepper. What did we even say?
Yeah, exactly. British people think bell peppers are too spicy. Because they're allergic to putting spices in their food.
I guess Mega Ma then was just like repeating what you had said, sorta.
I'm sorry, Asentar, but it's the truth.
Except for Atomic Shrimp, he's a British guy who does put spice in his food.
Not enough, I'm sure.
I mean, probably not enough for you, but...
Don't worry, Estella, they gave up a long time ago with these trainer classes.
There's probably never going to be enough spice for you, dear, but it is... Now, there are plenty of examples of British people who do put spice in their food because they recognize it. Bell pepper is the only member of its genus that produces no capsaicin at all.
Uh-huh. There's...
Salt and pepper counts as spice, right? That's the bog standard, Violet Heart.
Salt and pepper does not count as fucking spice. It's barely seasoning.
Yeah, jalapenos is currently also the ceiling for my spice tolerance as well. I've tried one and I didn't like it.
I regularly get like ghost pepper stuff at restaurants.
Because you're
I live for this
fucking
shit.
Powerful.
I live for this.
Yeah, like back to omelets. Like I'm just like trying to think of what my ideal omelet would be, and it would probably just be like cubed ham, bacon bits, potato, onion, and like small dice of non-watery bell pepper. I don't know what they do to make bell pepper so watery. Like, I need like the pepper cooked a lot more than what I think most people do. Rich Boy Deke. Deke. And like fucking plenty of cheese as well. Like I don't want like an overwhelming amount of cheese on an omelet, but I feel like I gotta have some kind of cheese. Yeah, bro, like I like bell peppers. It's just half the time when they're cooked, they aren't good.
Also, what the
You
fuck do you
gotta.
mean what's wrong with me? I'm out here experiencing, like, real food on a level that you could never imagine, Violet Heart. Something is right with me. I went to an Indian place that just opened up in my area very recently. They had, like, a spicy sauce that I did my little, like, fried sandwiches in. And it was lovely. I tasted the flavor, and I tasted the heat, and it was great.
That's the problem with my tongue, is that when there's too much heat, I don't taste anything. I just taste hot. That is like the thing with my tongue that doesn't work with spice. And it hurts.
Also,
Ghost peppers?
well,
Oh. Ghost peppers are like Viola's like sweet spot, not like for most people that's too much, but for Viola it's Tuesday when she eats ghost peppers.
yeah, they'll put
And ghost peppers
on
aren't even like the
chickens.
most spicy
Yeah.
thing out there. There's like a bajillion other peppers that are spicier.
Oh, so you are ready to purify. So let me slap you in place instead. I'm sure you've got... Whoa. Yeah, you've got a long ways to go.
Oh, so are we all ready to move on past talking about bell peppers?
No. We need to talk
Oh,
about every
okay.
other kind of pepper, too.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's gulp. Yeah, it's gulp.
No.
Speaking of pepper...
Like, the thing about like I was eating Taco Bell, my usual Taco Bell order, like for a little bit, but with added spicy ranch, just to try and get my spice tolerance up. But the problem with the spicy ranch is that it makes my Taco Bell annoying to eat. It's not even the spice that's the problem, it's just kind of the texture of it just kind of dripping all the time. I don't want my Taco Bell dripping like that. So I'll have to think of... I could think of something else to like add. Like I'm sure there's other spicy options that are not spicy ranch at Taco Bell. And I'm sure there are spicy options that do not require a dripping sauce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mushrooms are pretty good. I just like I just
You
think with mushrooms I need it thoroughly mixed.
Again,
Yeah?
here, you need to just get, like, wings from, like, Buffalo Wild Wings or something. Because then they just let you
Yeah.
pick the level of spice that they put the sauce in.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper Jack also is, like, my go-to when I'm getting, like, deli sandwich, like, cheese and stuff. I am always putting Pepper Jack on stuff when I can help it.
I am too dedicated to cheddar and American.
I love Pepper Jack, and I also love mushrooms. It's actually... I always, like, say, you know, people always ask, like, oh, what do you want for dinner? I'm just like, bro, I am literally so not picky. Give me anything.
You are you. I am like a perfect foil to you because I am like ridiculously picky.
Uh-huh.
I think heavily about what I want to eat from restaurants because I want to make sure that the food I get at a restaurant is like worth it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so there's someone
Like-
on the team that's getting experience. What the heck? Who is that? Who do I have with the... Is it Dallas? It's probably Dallas that has the, experience share.
So what?
Yeah. Dallas
No wonder
has
you've been
it
drawn so-
because we want Sunny Day to prevent
No
them
wonder-
from using their Thunder Spam bullshit.
No wonder you've been drawn so weighted recently, eating everything on the menu. Hee-hoo.
Good.
Have you ever had Gruyere cheese?
I don't know them by name.
Yeah? It's possible.
Favorite?
Counter food question. French fry dipping sauce. Ketchup?
Yeah, ketchup is fine. I also like when you put like cheese on them, like a cheese sauce, if you do that. They're really like just if I have like any sauce that's just kind of like left on the plate, I'll just kind of use that to dip my fries.
I also quite like Freddy's fry sauce, which I think is like a ketchup mayo mixture.
The way it scuttles.
That's so good. The Gruyette. A new cheese has been invented. The
Let's
Gruyette.
fucking go.
Yeah, I will typically just go for ketchup, though. Ketchup's pretty good. Certified ketchup girl.
Ketchup girly.
Ketchup goat. No, I'm a cow! I'm a fucking cow.
Yeah, wait, what?
Violet Heart said ketchup goat.
Oh, like ketchup is the goat.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
White boy at heart, love me some mayo.
Yeah.
I've never heard of dipping fries into mayo, though.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Hold on, that's disturbing.
That's new. That's a new, like, mayo chup, you know, like the standard of like burger sauce of like mixing ketchup and mayo together. Like that's that's something I know, but just dipping your fries into straight mayo is like a new thing to me. I live in a pretty white part of this country and I've never seen that.
There are places that are whiter than you can imagine. There are people that just eat mayo on its own.
Will Levis, Tennessee.
Will Levis. Oh, the mayo man.
Called godless, and yeah, I do it on occasion, but I normally just eat fries dry or with barbecue. Okay, that's more what I would have expected. I am also happy to just eat fries with no sauce. I enjoy the potato. Skip the fries, just a spoon or a straw in a mayo jar. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. A straw. Okay, let's move on from that. That's the true godless strat.
If you do this, you are instantly excommunicated.
To Tennessee. You're on the Titans now. Good luck. Part Irish, gotta love the potato. Yeah, potatoes are pretty good. Me and Viola have both been fantasizing about roasted potatoes.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so goo.
Doing a keg stand of tartar sauce? Oh my god. They do this in SpongeBob.
Oh,
they do this at the Krusty Krab.
The Krusty Krab.
Krusty Krab. Oh, sweet chili mayo. I've never heard of that. I have the controversial opinion that I don't like barbecue.
I don't.
Just like barbecue sauce.
That's it's complicated because like I like barbecue sauce on like a barbecue, like a pulled pork sandwich or something on like actual barbecue, and like when you put it on like meat and stuff. But barbecue potato chip flavor, I can't stand. It's so gross.
Ketchup flavored potato chips from Canada just kind of taste like pickles. This is probably just mostly the vinegar. Also, yes, the ketchup flavored potato chips are a thing in Canada. My Canadian friend has given me ketchup chips, and they taste fascinating, and they're very red. It is just like a Lay's flavor over there is ketchup. Ketchup is like, you can get ketchup popcorn seasoning over in Canada. They fucking love ketchup over there, I guess.
They love the tomato.
They love the tomato.
You're too much. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh gosh, ketchup miser. And mustard miser.
God.
I'm imagining Mischief being drawn with the other three in her division, squirting ketchup and mustard bottles at her.
Which is
one of
funny
them squirting
because,
ketchup.
like, she's the one that's like, you know, she's from like a barbecue sauce kind of place. The Kansas City barbecue is like a thing.
And yet she looks like McDonald's.
And yet she looks like Dondle. Because she's the
It's like
McDonald's
I'm
of sports franchises.
Yeah. You know, people claim they love it, but most people don't like it. I've like really fallen off McDonald's over time. There's like literally every other place is better.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I can just kind of crave it,
too
but
expensive.
yeah.
Like it's got the same price as like Wendy's, but Wendy's is so much better.
This implies the existence of being funnied with condiments. I mean, I didn't say that. I just said they were squirting it on her to
They're
like
coating her.
be
It's like
mean to her.
Nickelodeon slime.
Uh-huh. Like one has a giant ketchup bottle that they're squirting on her. The other has a giant mustard bottle that they're squirting on her.
Also,
and the other
has,
is throwing hot dog buns at her.
Stella. I guess you were like weren't here. This is all old news to us, but yes, this person has a bag on.
That person has a bag. Wendy's is golden. Love me some Wendy's. I mean, yeah, while we're on this topic, before we get into the regular questions, while we're on this topic, let's just talk about, like, more fast food.
Yeah.
Wendy's good.
Wendy's good. Popeye's good.
Wendy's
Joella's
good.
hot
Next time
chicken good if you have it in your area.
Yeah, Wendy's good, but next time I get a burger from there, I need to ask for no mayo. Again, Wendy's... Again, I cannot get mayo on anything at a restaurant because it turns my sandwich into a very drippy experience. And it's not even like dripping with oil, it is dripping with like a sauce. It is like, I don't know, there's something... As much as I don't mind a little bit of mayo on my sandwiches and burgers, there's something deeply disturbing to me about how mayo like drips off of something and how it like makes it so like slippery and wet. Like, I don't know. I just can't do it.
Also, agreed, Tex. Burger King is the worst fast food place.
And yet we've been there multiple times when we're with, because they got the Impossible meat for Rory.
Yeah, literally they are, the only reason I ever go there is because they are holding my friend Rory hostage. No other place does fucking vegetarian stuff, and she literally gets sick if she eats meat. Her body is fucked up.
Gosh. Charge extra for cheese? God.
Lord.
Yeah, no. I can't say Burger King is the most impressive or interesting fast food place I've ever been. Burger King is... I've only ever been to Burger King when there's no other options. It is not a first choice food unless we're with Rory and we can get the Impossible Burgers.
Only reason you'd ever catch me at a Burger King.
Burger King is just a flaccid Carl's Jr. with vegetarian options? God.
Yeah, and that's what holds us hostage when I'm together with my friends.
I think I have never not gotten sick from a BK Whopper, so that's up there. God. Maybe you need to try the Impossible Burger, too. Normally, mayo is quite solid. How much are they putting in? You do not understand, a Centaur. When I get mayo on something, like, and it's served to me from a restaurant, they put so much fucking mayo on it. They glob it on. They fucking, like, I think they probably just, like, squirt a gigantic bottle of mayo, and it, like, makes it, like, it's fine when I take a few bites, but then it starts slipping and sliding and dripping off, and it's just, ugh. It makes mayo disgusting because there's too much on it. Because even when I ask for light mayo at like a sandwich place, they will put a bajillion fucking squirts of mayo on it. Yeah, Wendy's is pretty good. Wendy's is good burgers if I can get mayo on it. Freddy's and Culver's I think are my favorite, like, just like fast food chain burgers. Freddy's and Culver's are just like two sides of the same coin, but it's not even like they oppose each other. They're just like different types.
Yeah.
You secretly store mayo in Minecraft cube forms that I have to put it in chunks. Dear, continue to talk about fast food to the chat. I gotta take the dogs out.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I get back, maybe
Oh,
we can do questions if we're
Go,
ready.
go, go, go,
Uh, uh, explain to the Centaur what Freddy's is.
go. I don't know. They do like, oh God, um, that's the thing. And I've only been to Freddy's like once or twice in all my days, so like, not even that familiar with it. It is a bit Culver's core if you know about that, but I don't think they do like butter burgers there. They do like steak burgers or something. I don't remember. Is Red Robin fast food? I don't think Red Robin gets to you very fast. And also, it's been like 10,000 years since I've been inside of a Red Robin. So I can't really talk about it anyways. Arby's, like the fries are a good, the fries are pretty good at Arby's, but aside from that, like, I've never been impressed by an Arby's sandwich. Not once in all my days. Man, bro, come on, bro. Dude. Okay, well, Vibrava dies because they decided that they didn't want to play the video game anymore. Okay, Dallas salad. All their food keeps blowing up. Keeps blowing up. I do that. Alright. Take care of him, Dallas salad. Bruh. Alright, come on. I believe in you. You can attack once. I believe. I got a bag of dicks. That's pretty good. It's pretty significant. Oh, it's the boach. Well, that did fucking nothing. Right. Well, let's just keep at it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, boach. My opinion on the pepper skin of the onion? The big pepper skin? How much of an opinion can you really have on onions? Like, yeah, they're fine. They don't really add or take away from anything they're in. Cannot remember the last time I was excited for having onion in something, but it works. It does its job. Alrighty. Get me the hell out of here, bro. I got a Hitmontop to think up a name for. I mean, the coupons increase with each, like, area. So probably if you're, like, grinding in the late game, you've got, like, a lot of options. You're going to end up with plenty that you can use to buy the TMs. Alrighty. Does anyone have any fun ideas for what to call a Hitmontop? Right. You... The device. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. 39. That's it? Dang. Here. You are... You're 3-foot Johnny. That's his height. 3-foot Johnny. Which is a reference to the fact that Hitmontop looks way too fucking tall in this game. Become shorter. Also, don't ask him what the 3rd foot is. I don't think you'll like the answer. Okay. I'm glad y'all like that. Yeah, see, Stella, so, like, it's actually fine. The horn at the top of Hitmontop's head is used for reproduction. I don't want to imagine that. Oh, no! Oh, no, I'm imagining it spinning around as it does. Oh, no! Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? Oh, my God. Come on, dude. That's scary. They reproduce via sport. No, I'm sorry, Knack. I'm sorry. You're thinking about you're thinking about Shroomish. They're like Saiyans, you see. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Give this another loop, and hopefully you two will be up to snuff in terms of opening your heart already, and then we'll be able to get to the actual grinding. Yes, oh my gosh, hold on, I need to even check what, like, level range we're shooting for with this. Yeah, here, I think. On, like, the bottom floor. Yeah, holy crap, they're all, like, high 40s. We gotta get all of our guys, like, at least, like, level 45 for this to be fair. What the hell? I guess. That's what we're gonna have to do, then that's what we're gonna have to do. Let's do Area 4 again, because that's the one that we can just kind of consistently get through without having to think too much about it. Whee! Yeah, no, if we were in, like, doing, like...
Hi, I return.
Hello, year, hello, me guys.
Hi, hello. What thrilling discussion about fast food did I miss?
It was mostly us talking about Hitmontop Hitmontop reproduction practices. Because I
Oh,
purified 3-foot Johnny. Don't ask him what the 3rd foot is.
God.
Oh, hello, Dragon Breath. Are you part Dragon type already? You are. Okay. Alright. Don't
My,
worry about it.
anyway, I'm just gonna scroll up and see what fast food places people mentioned.
Like Arby's, and we talked about onions.
Arby's is okay. Arby's is like, Arby's is something that I've actually been warming up to lately compared to McDonald's, which I've turned away from. Arby's is just kind of like, I like the curly fries, and I'm starting to enjoy their roast beef sandwiches a little more than I used to.
Mm.
So, Arby's is a restaurant that I used to I used to like less, but now I think is actually pretty alright.
Now, Stella, the
I
thing
just
is,
have to be in the mood for it.
Stella, the
Go
thing
ahead.
is, that like, but like you still have text. Like, the thing with these older games is most of the time, I do not need to use the experience share in any capacity. I like having the ability to, like, the one thing, the big thing that is my issue with always on experience share, is just that, like, it takes away some of my connection with my guys, because, like, in here, I at the very least need to, like, pick one guy to be vicariously getting the experience. But in other games, like, I've been playing through some Shield recently, and it's like, wow, this one guy who's been sitting in the back of my party and I've never even, like, seen what your moves are, has just, like, gotten something, and it's like, wow, I feel no connection to you whatsoever. That's all I got to say on the matter. Oh, why are people pinging me? Oh, it's in another server. Oh, Waka, okay. Also, yeah, like, unless you have, like, a huge party that's, like, has, like, 8 or, like, 9 rotating members in it, like, you've got, like, no shot of, like, you know, it's very easy to become over-leveled, and the game becomes less interesting as a result. I like to be slightly under-leveled compared to my opponents, so, like, getting by on wit and stuff. That's how I prefer to play Pokemon. And as you can see, it leads to some insane moments, like when I beat Sapphire so terribly under-leveled compared to the champion. And on to the next fight we go.
Dear, looking funny stuff.
Okay. What? 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 Huh? What?
Yeah, I was like taken aback when I saw it as well.
Hello? Hold on, did they post this?
I don't know, it was forwarded from a Discord.
Holy crap. Hold on, I guess I gotta save it for one. Yes, what is your
Don't worry about it, Violet Heart.
Yeah, this is still a work in progress anyways. I guess when the official one is posted, I'll share it in my Discord, which you can join to be able to talk to us anytime and look at funny animal art together. Down in the description, I'm pointing downwards like I have a camera on you can see me through.
I'm pointing down too.
Okay, anyways, let me keep pressing the A button. This is my favorite activity. Ooh-wah! Vibrava is B when I get to hit the A button. He's going, yeah! Bruh.
It's niche internet microcelebrity Viola Valentine. Read her book, read her webcomic, read her novella, join her Discord.
Oh lord, we're gonna be sitting here talking for a minute every time I introduce myself.
We simply must introduce you to as many people as possible.
In a salmon suit.
Before...
Yeah, that one shut you down.
Sorry, I didn't even know what would be funny to respond with.
That one shut off your brain.
And also, I was not sure how to respond to a message.
Anyways, everyone's just kind of sitting around not doing jack shit this turn, I guess. Yep, all these girlies are just sitting around doing nothing.
Oh yeah, there's a questions form? Yeah, there's a questions form.
Uh-huh. Gosh. So come on, Fortress, be professional for once in your life.
Anyway, should we get into questions, dear?
Okay. What is the first question?
The first question comes from Lena.
Oh boy.
It's two questions in one, so I'll ask the first one. There's a funny question and a serious question, okay? So the first one is, you get a soda recipe that changes one ingredient every day but tastes the same, really good taste, or a dinner with Jay-Z Pokemon event.
I don't drink soda.
So the answer's obvious for you.
Yeah, I guess. Also, Stella, Hyper Fortress, I think, like, the little, like, pokey bits, the, like, tubes that stick out of it, they just stick out further now. That's Hyper Fortress.
The actual question from Lena, the second one, is, which Pokemon games did you start with? Any defining memories in-game or pertaining to the game?
Sapphire was my first Pokemon game. I specifically have a memory of Ibby Bibby Baby Viola and her little Mudkip going up against Roxanne. For some reason, I decided that Bide was the appropriate move to use on Nosepass, but as a result of using it, I just barely managed to win that battle, and like that battle like caused Mudkip to evolve into Marshtomp.
Marshtomp.
Yeah, and so that's like a core memory of like, whoa, Pokemon's so cool.
Gosh. My first game was Soul Silver. And I got a used copy. And like the used copy was on like some like probably in the post game somewhere. It was on like a cliff.
Oh gosh.
With next to a hiker in Soul Silver. So it was probably like in like a post game thing.
Cliff where? Like, was it the cliffs going to the Safari Zone? Or like a different part?
I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, look up, let's see here. Route 47.
Route 47. Oh yeah, no, that was absolutely the place.
Yeah, which is not post game. You can get to the Safari Zone before the post game, but yeah, no, they were pretty far in.
Yeah. And so I deleted that.
And I erased
That was
them from existence, and I'm glad that I did.
my first Pokemon experience was like figuring out how to delete a save because it was the used copy.
Bro, they stole my fucking Dragon Fang. What the fuck?
I also simply remember my team where I just bulldozed everything with my starter, and then I had a level 40 something Typhlosion by the time I was at like Morty.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I only
Also,
like
why is
I
this one
had other
shorter?
Pokemon that I'd catch and name and whatever, but like I would pretty much only ever use Typhlosion on everything.
Naturally, naturally.
And so yeah, like I don't remember if I played Emerald or Platinum first, but my second one was Black, which is the one I remember the most. It was interesting. I remember Gen 5 coming out. Oh, I think I had Soul Silver and Platinum. And those are the only Gen 4 games I had. Which honestly that's like, you know, basically the best of Gen 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Another. I had both Sapphire and um. I had both Sapphire and Leaf Green, and Leaf Green was a completely different kind of formative experience for me. When I like in private, secret, don't want anybody to know about it, like, made a save file where I made my character a girl as a wee bab. I knew that I wanted it for a long time, actually.
gosh.
And I had Red Rescue Team on my little GBA. And it's a wonder that, you know, I'm not motions at Stella.
Also, there's a small update from Lena and funny stuff that's just artist is glad you like it.
Gosh. Yippee!
Um, this mountain's the worst because nothing's funnier than sturdy Bulldog surviving all your surfs and there's just dealing chip damage.
I love it when video games waste my time. If I had my way, I would never be able to play the video game. I would just sit around.
I also remember some early platinum like playthrough stuff where I think that was around when I just like decided that Crobat was my favorite Pokemon, and so I would use Zubat.
Gosh.
I would use Zubat, Golbat, evolve it to Crobat.
Yesterday, as a part of the... It was a part of our little Valentine's date together. We watched Castle in the Sky, and that thoroughly, thoroughly, you know, reinforced, you know, what's it, Golurk being my favorite Pokemon. You
Yeah.
noticed just how, like, affectionate I was towards the big constructs.
Yeah, no, you were so affectionate and giddy whenever the robots like
Mm-hmm.
did anything, and I loved it. I loved it, and it made me more like affectionate towards them too because it made me happy to see you happy, and I love you.
Oh, I love you so much.
Castle in the Sky is very good, and it is a certified Moon Chaser core movie.
Correct. But yes, I favorite Pokemon Golurk forever and ever.
Forever and ever. And I'm happy for you in this. And I love you.
I've got to run like a tabletop thing where like one of the NPCs is like a ancient construct that the party reawakens.
Gosh, hell yeah. Um, yeah. trying to think of any more Soul Silver memories, but I think it's like so far back. I mean, I started it in like the funny thing is that I did not grow up as like a 6-year-old with Pokemon, other than just like turning on the Game Boy Color and playing my one of my siblings' copy of Blue and not understanding anything. That's about as far as I got before the age of 10, which I started playing Pokemon actually in like November 2011, so I was nearly 11 when I first played Pokemon.
Our Pokefun has been
Like,
in my life for a lot longer than you.
yeah, like I think I watched some of the anime, but that's because my siblings watched it, and I played some of the games for a little bit, and I didn't understand because my siblings had it. So it was far less of an interest on my end and more of a just like a passive, like my siblings had it, and so I was interested. I remember also like looking over my siblings' shoulders when they were watching like Naruto, and then I was like, "Huh, wow, it's weird, wow." I remember watching my brother beat Wind Waker.
Gosh.
It was like I genuinely forget like what day it was, but he had like a couple of his friends over. I was just there in the living room, and they had gotten like some like fold out chair. This is separate from the question. I'm just recalling a nice little anecdote.
Yeah.
He had a couple of his friends over, and my sister was watching, and I was watching. Why do I feel like I remember it being before school? Because there's like no way that he was doing this before school.
Shrek.
But it might have been a weekend. But either way, he had like his friends over, and it's like they like they beat Ganondorf, and then it's like the later cutscene. And I think the one thing I remember is like I think one of his friends, like you know how Tetra kind of like winks a lot in the game.
Yeah.
Like that's one of her
She's
quirky
cheeky.
character traits. Yeah. They like asked like what's like wrong with her eye? Was she like only like because she was like like on the water and her eyes were closed, and then like she opens her eyes and like winks one of them, and is like, what's wrong with her? Like why does she keep having that eye closed? So that's like one of the sticking things to me.
Gosh.
Later though, as my brother got older, he started doing that less in the living room and more up in his room with his TV. And I think even like invited some of his friends over there. I'm just going off on my own tangent. We'll get to the next question in a bit. I think I remember going up to my brother's room and watching my sister play, because that's just where the GameCube was set up at that point. Watching my sister play Tales of Symphonia, and like getting really stuck on one of the bosses. And then I remember getting to the point at which she had to switch discs because it was such a large game. I love that at the end of Wind Waker she gives you the wink just to let you know she's still good. God. And like Twilight Princess I remember watching my brother play a bit of, but then I think at that point like because I think I remember it being new, Twilight Princess. And, like, I remember seeing some of the Wolf Link stuff, but then my brother, I think my brother was like, okay, you need to leave my room now. He was probably, like, 16, which I can totally understand that, because I would have been, like, 6 or 7. Anyway. Are we all satisfied with that answer?
I wanted to, also, like, sometimes I think back to that, like, leaf green save file, right?
Mm-hmm.
I distinctly remember that I named my character on that file Jess, and it makes me, like, sometimes ponder what about that alternate timeline in which I am like Jessica rather than Viola.
Gosh, I just feel like you'd have a different vibe with that name.
Right?
Jess. But I would still love Jess.
Oh,
just as much as I love Viola.
That's the sound the Volbeat is making.
Oh, I think that's also a pretty name. You should like use that for like a character or
Not
something.
nearly Violet Heart. This was like a solid like decade before I like actually IRL started to like transition.
Yeah, she's talking about when she was itty bitty playing Pokemon.
Yeah. I already
Not
have
like
two names called two first named Jess. Let's go. Luckily, like, who in the world is named Viola, right? I've encountered like through like video games and like just seeing names online. I've encountered several Violet Valentines, but never another Viola Valentine.
Gosh. Yeah, similarly, I feel like I've rarely encountered another Meadow, and when I've talked to people and they tell me
earlier,
that
earlier today when I was downstairs, my mom misremembered your name as Autumn.
Okay, that is a really lovely name
It
too,
is
though.
also very pretty.
I really love naturey names, and I think that's why I vibed with Meadow so much, because it was a naturey, pretty naturey
Mhm.
name that matched up with the first initial of my legal name.
Gosh.
I think Autumn would have been a nice name to be called too, but it would have required my initial be different, and I was too attached to M. um, but yeah, like, I've been told by multiple people that Meadow is a very lovely and unique name.
Yeah, he's very good dear. And I give you a kiss.
Why love you?
My salad is on fire.
Oh, that's when you put spicy stuff in it, dear. That's when you have like spicy salad dressing. Your salad's on fire.
Autumn is very witch core. That is true. It's just, I mean, because autumn is when Halloween is, and that's when all the witches come out. All the witches and the bitches.
Dear.
Yeah.
Should have a pair of characters. You should have a character named Jess, and I should have a character named Autumn.
And they're gay.
Then they are gay for each other. It would be really funny to have like OCs like that.
Uh-huh.
It would be quite silly. Meadow is just a really cozy of a name. Yeah. Yeah. Viola is also just a lovely name. It has a good sound to it. It's got a good flow.
I can't get over this man's name being Trinch.
Speaking of bad names,
Buddy.
never name your child Trench.
This is an argument for why, like, everyone should, like, choose their name as an adult.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. I feel very empowered by having been able to choose the name Meadow, because, like, my previous name is, like, it's okay, but I only vibed with it just because I was known as that name my whole life. I think there is a definite...
Mr. Trench.
Trench is henchman core, yeah. I think there is just a very powerful, like, individualistic choice to naming yourself that is, like, so important, I feel.
I think it'd be really funny if in one of these 3D Pokemon games they just, like, since, like, battles, especially, like, in the newer ones, the battles just kind of, like, take place in the game world, right? If they just had it so that Nosepass was always pointing due north and just would most of the time be facing completely the wrong way in battle.
That'd be really funny.
It's lore accurate.
For a little bit, I was considering naming myself Madison because it's a variation on my legal name.
Then you'd be the radio host.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I just know far too many Maddies online that I would not want to just become another Maddie.
Another brick in the wall.
Another Madison in the wall. Madison is a nice name as well. It's not that I dislike it. It's just Meadow is far more unique and personal to me. My mom said that she really liked the name Mallory. Like she had a bit where she was like, I wish I had gotten to choose your new name, and she said that she really liked the name Mallory. And I'm not gonna deny that
I wish
Mallory
I got a
also
do-over.
Oh, unfortunately, I already went rogue and chose my own name before her. Sorry, Mom. But Mallory's
I'm
a
being
cute one as
called
well.
probably on account of food. I am going to be right back.
Okay. You know, like one other... You know, Stella, it's very funny because one of my dogs is named Stella, so... Pokemon game with a Tails combat system? That would be neat, probably. I think. In school, there were 5 Lukes. I had the distinction of smallest Luke. Oh my god. Smallest Luke. Gosh, I want to play Tales of Symphonia sometime. I think I need to recognize that it is okay if I play games and not stream them. I think at this point, streaming is like, yeah, it's fine if I don't stream. As opposed to bigger Luke, the Luke Skywalker's clone. I fucking love the bigger Luke theory. It's like really, really funny. Have to explain why there's just inconsistencies with how his height is depicted, and so there's actually an entirely bigger clone. It's so fucking funny. By the way, I hope you all had a good Valentine's Day, and I hope you all enjoyed the I hope you all enjoyed the art I did yesterday for Valentine's. The art of Alex and Corey, and then the art of Marcia and Trisha. A very usual suspects Valentine's Day yesterday. I really liked how Viola said that, like, Trisha would just be running around following Marcia while she's playing hockey, because it's like just like a drop-in league, so it's hardly a big audience, and it's like very fun. Marcia does just play hockey. That's just canonical. Of course, she's Cloud9, so she's number 9. I had, like, a dream last night where I was, playing on a baseball team, and, like, I described it to Viola when I woke up. I was like, for some reason, my dream specified, like, I was on, like, a high school baseball team. Hi, dear, I'm gonna recount my dream.
Oh, okay, I'll eat my snacks.
What's your snacks? Cracker Jacks?
No.
Peanuts?
No, I'm not baseball. I'm not at a Blues game. Yeah. I got a chicken tender, some, cheese curds, some little, air fryer pizza, guys. It's pretty good.
Gosh. Yeah, no, I'm just going to recount the thing I wrote up. I had a dream that partially included that I was on, like, a high school baseball team with you, Viola. Why are we in high school? It's a dream. You had to drive back to wherever we were staying for an away game, which is fine because we were going to head to the actual game soon after. So you said you'd be able to swing by our hotel to get my uniform because I forgot it. Only for me to realize and experience immense dream agony and sadness that I forgot to bring my uniform at all. It was all the way back at my house, and I was completely devastated. Like, I remember, like, waking up devastated. Before that, there was also, like, where we were staying, a tree outside our window looked like it was on fire. Like, I could see little faint flames on the branches in the night. I was really insistent that had to be taken care of so he didn't die, but an annoying groundskeeper guy just kept telling me, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. My position in the dream was, apparently second base, but they were also thinking of moving me to first base, but I said no, they were telling me they were going to move me to third base. So, who knows? I really want to play baseball, man. I want to play it so bad. I don't even care if I'm good or bad at it. I just want to play it. I don't know if drop-in baseball exists in any way that I could get in on it, but
And also
who's
having
on second?
the
No!
time
Who's
and
on first?
energy and transportation and, you know.
I just want to play it. I want to play a sport. I want to play a game of baseball. I just want to play one. I have to hope that my nephew or my next nephew that's going to be born in a few months is into baseball, I guess. Or another sport, but... Okay, you want to play some football one day? Well, that's going to be a lot harder. I mean, backyard football does exist where you just, like, just grounds rule everything, but, like... Violet Heart, you're gonna have to try really hard to play some casual football on a level that you might be wanting to. Football is an 11 versus 11 sport that requires 100 yards and specific equipment.
I mean, casual just means like two-hand touch backyard football, where it's, you know, get two hands on the guy. That means you're tackled, and you were just trying to get from one end of your backyard to the other.
You know what? Actually, that's true. That's true. I think that would be really fun, though. I think I remember playing a little bit of flag football in elementary school, but I didn't really understand the rules. And I remember like fucking running just off of the playing area and tackling some other kid, which is not what you're supposed to do in flag football. I hit them really hard.
You dear, the flags you're not supposed to tackle them. You're supposed to grab the flags.
Dear, I was like 8 or 9 and probably not very. I was not smart.
Too late. That's too late, dear.
I was not smart enough to know the rules of football or know that that was a bad thing before I did it. Defensive tackle. Oh god, there's no way I'm a fucking tackle. You're not putting you're not putting my 190-pound ass, 190-pound ass onto the defensive line. I'm like nearly 200 now. It's crazy. I guess maybe if my weight keeps going up, maybe you can. I would love to play some backyard football, though. We just need people.
We need people that are actually willing.
Yeah.
It's like a family.
At the very least, I want to... I just want to, like, throw a football, though. I have baseballs, and I want more opportunities to throw baseballs. I want to, like... I guess my main desire is simply to do the things they do in a sport and just really get an appreciation for it, like, as a person doing it now. Like, you know? I want to get more active, dear. All that weight is just your ass?
No, half of it is her big boobs.
Blink, blink, blink. Where am I?
Unfortunately,
Anyway.
still on Mount Battle.
Oh. Yeah, no, it would be quite fun to, like, try and play that. We just have to get other people, and who knows who we can fucking get. At the very least, though, like, I want to get, like, a football, and I want to throw it to you, and you to throw it to me, and I want to see how that feels, you know? Can I just, without looking anything up, can I just intuit the mechanics of a quarterback throwing a football?
Probably not, no.
Probably, but like I've seen them, just like I've seen pitchers in baseball, and I like mimic kind of what they do. Slopcast so chillin', we don't even keep the game in screen because the game's paused, so why even have it on screen right now?
Just
Game's
checking.
literally paused. Viola's like eating, so. Ooh. Try and play some actual soccer football one day while I'm playing as a striker. Gosh, I mean, soccer's way easier to get a full game of. Like, you could also just do backyard soccer. Yeah, dear, when you come up here next, what, maybe probably when there's not any snow on the ground anymore, if you want to go to Dick's Sporting Goods again and get a football.
Sure, I guess.
What we need to do is we need to, next time we can get a quantity of our friends over, we need to, like, try and rope them into playing backyard football. And hope nobody gets injured. I'm just like, I still want to go to a batting cage as well. Like, I would really love to go to a batting cage.
Okay. And dear, we could just go to a park. That'd probably be better.
Well, yeah. But, like, going to a park requires that we have to go and run after and get the ball again each time.
It's fine. It's
I
literally
guess.
fine, dear. It's okay.
Anyway, should we go to the second question?
Sure, I guess.
This question comes from Mitsuhide of the Daydream System. Favorite or weirdest places you've slept?
Weirdest places I've slept? Like, I don't think I've really fallen asleep anywhere. Like, aside from falling asleep in a normal-ass bed, the only other places I've fallen asleep is, like, in a classroom, in the car, which are both very normal places for people to fall asleep when you're just riding.
Yeah. I also can't really say anything about falling asleep in a weird place because I'm like, I have to have such perfect conditions for me to fall asleep. I slept in a cardboard box once to prove a point that I was more comfy than my actual bed, and I was right. You're such a plushie.
You literally are a toy that's put in a box.
You literally slept in your box.
Mm-hmm. Gamer.
Did you use gamer as like an interjection, a centaur?
If so, I think that's pretty cool. Is there a shiny
Anyway,
dog
if I
out
saw
there?
your box at the store, a centaur, I'd buy you and bring you home.
The first... how am I allowed to walk there?
What? Favorite places you've slept? I mean, I think favorite place I've slept would just be my bed.
The favorite place that I've ever slept is right next to my bowl.
What did you say?
Anyways,
Abba.
which money do I have? I'm wondering if I could just like get a little like perfume. Yeah, I could probably do that just to get the last tiny bit of Vibrava ready, so I don't have to do a whole other round just to get Vibrava purified.
It's not a weird place. It's not like necessarily a weird place to have slept, but I'll share it anyway because it's the best I got.
I don't have a cologne case.
Oh.
Where do I get a cologne case? Hello?
Cologne, Germany.
Yes, I know of it. I've been there. Hello? But it's not cologne
yeah.
in German. It's the German. It's called Köln.
I
It's
think that's in front of
cologne
Mount
in-
Battle.
Oh.
Stella is saying that the clone case might be in front of Mount Battle.
I can take a peek.
But anyway, like, it's not like necessarily a weird place to have slept, but it is like a situation that I'll remember anyway. Um, oh, no, Stella is now saying no, wait.
I'm waiting,
I'll talk while
but
waiting.
this person isn't waiting for anything. Go, go, go.
Um,
Go, go, go.
uh, my memorable sleeping experience was the first time I was on a plane and like disembarking, like after getting home, on the plane ride home to like Detroit, where we then would drive back to the other side of the state. Um, I was in like, I think it was like American Airlines, and I had like this very comfy blanket that my 7-year-old ass like fell asleep in, and it was so comfy. And like I always thought that like, oh yeah, we'll let you keep it because you like it. And I thought it's like, oh, they made a special exception just for me. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that they just kind of just let take their blankets, but I always felt that I was getting given such special treatment because I was so comfy, cozy, and barely awake when my parents were carrying me out in my little American Airlines navy blue blanket.
Nice. So sweet.
It was I still remember it being very comfy, even though I'm sure it was like not like that comfy, but yeah.
All Pokemon love being treated to cologne massages. There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah, babe. So
Of course, the amount I've been walking around may have already done it. Almost.
that's really funny that you have to say no to get it.
Right? You have to let them info dump.
Third question?
Go for it.
This one comes from Pabs. Do either of you have any headcanons about the world of Pokemon, mainline series or Mystery Dungeon?
It's a good question. Headcanons that I have about that. It's like...
I feel like I do, but it's hard to just kind of come up with them on the spot.
Right?
Like, it's hard to, like, recall them, like, without being prompted, you know?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Cool. Are you ready now, bro? Cool.
It's...
Yeah. I guess it's like... Oh, one thing I talked about, I think in my server some, is like the vast majority of people in the Pokemon world either do not have a Pokemon at all, or just have like 1 or 2 Pokemon as pets. And like trainers are like a tiny minority of the Pokemon world, but you just see a ton of them in the games because it is a game about being a trainer that battles other trainers.
Yeah. Of course, you are a trainer who wants to improve and get better, so you're going to encounter the other people who also want to improve and get better.
Uh-huh. What do we call Vibrava? Rory. This is Rory.
Yeah, Rory.
Probably about to evolve into Rory.
Rory.
Crunch.
God, Vibrava is like tweaked up. It is like fucking like hyper. Oh, hi, Mew.
Hello. Okay. She's sitting there.
Is Rory okay? I hope so.
I don't think so.
I don't. Oh.
And is this thing? I don't even know what to call
I
this
would
thing.
agree. Fort. Mew, how is a centaur plushie coded when they're a plushie?
Yeah, hold on. That's not a code. That's
not
just
coding,
the message.
that just is. That's the... Coding is what you are before or without, like, you know, being coded for something is like when you're not that thing, but you are so teasing it, basically. It's their genetic code. Oh, okay, I see.
Whoa.
I'm worried about plushies that have genetics.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, I don't think that should. Oh, hold on.
I don't want a CRISPR
Hold
plushie.
on. Grabbing a centaur, removing your DNA. Plushies shouldn't have this. Each one is crafted by the hand of God.
How long have you had this? You shouldn't have this. Revoking your DNA privileges. Too far? Oh, damn. The fuck? What do you mean my headphones are running out of battery?
Ooh.
Gotta plug them in.
Every day I charge my batteries.
That's the most frustrating part about a wireless headset is the fact that I have to charge it every night and sometimes I forget. But I also just like enjoy the freedom of having no wires very much. That's why I also use a wireless mouse.
Nice.
Yeah, like I don't really know if I have any other like headcanons about Pokemon or Mystery Dungeon that I can come up with just thinking like, oh yeah, here are my headcanons. Like I genuinely do not remember what they are if I have talked to it.
Yeah, we would
I'm
have
sure
to like
I've
talk
talked
about topics, and then I would come up with what I think is like the most reasonable for them in my mind. But like I would have to be talking about that thing.
Yeah, like I'm sure we brought up plenty of headcanons during our PMD playthroughs and during, you know, whatever. Like, is unfortunately.
Oh, the fuck is that thing?
How big was the box? It was one of the really small ones. I had to tuck my legs in. They locked in place, and I slept like that. That's fucking crazy.
That's scary, bro. I don't know how else to say it. That's scary.
Good part about having hypermobility, you don't have your legs cramp. Fascinating. Are you like double jointed or something?
What the fuck?
Are you like double jointed everywhere? Are you a friend of Azure Burley?
That stretched out a whole lot.
I mean, look, you're a plushie, so you just kind of have stuffing in there, so you can probably bend and stretch however you want. Dyspraxia fucks every joint in my body, so kinda. Oh, I didn't know that there's like an actual thing for that.
What in the goddamn?
Huh.
You've raised your Pokemon perfectly.
Vogie Bear.
Oh, true. Oh, here's another
Okay,
glasses guy. Hubba hubba battle. Hubba hubba battle. We're here for a good time.
A centaur, I'd like to tickle your brain a little bit. A centaur, what if Bridget Graysland plushie?
What if she what if she released like a what is it? I don't know.
U2's,
Yeah, like
or a makeshift?
Yeah, makeshift plushie. Hi, Spinda.
I would require it.
Spinda from Cafe. Fluid Gummy.
Spinda from Cafe. Eevee.
Oh, Delcatty's so sassy.
Oh, I love Delcatty. What the fuck? What a bitch. I love it. What a prissy, sassy little bitch.
Oh, shit, he's actually so cool with it, though. He's definitely not running an illegal bootlegging operation.
Graysland makeshift plushie would be very good. I would kill for fucking Ford's plushies. at the very least, a Wulp plushie. Need to. You, not as in like you specifically. I'm making this request to, but just like in general, I need a Wulp plushie.
You, the viewer. And from viewers like you. Thank you.
If we could somehow get like a plushie of a Wulp, I would buy one.
Guys.
It'd probably not be too hard to
A
crochet or something, but you'd have to know how to do that.
A
I wonder if I could ask my sister to crochet a Wulp plushie.
Delcatty, the serving Pokemon.
This Pokemon serves cunt every day of its life.
Delcatty serves Pokecunt every day of its life.
Pokunt.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, like, I can absolutely see Faye and Bridget both having, like, plushies of themselves. Like, knowing the YouTuber, like, landscape, I feel like Bridget in the modern era would probably be more likely to have some kind of, like, U2s rather than a plushie, but
Yeah.
I think in the Ford's world, it's a plushie.
Bridget has a plushie, but it's of her fridge. People go crazy for the Frigid plush.
Their announcement video for the Frigid plush is like, it's something you've all wanted for a very long time, and I'm happy that the main star of Grazing with Graceland is finally getting...
The real heart behind the channel is getting the recognition it deserves.
That's right, Frigid.
My fridge. Also, it's okay, Stella. I haven't played any of Gen 9 yet, so I have no idea what your joke was anyways. Thumbs up. Big thumbs. Big thumbs. Good comms.
Azure would be more likely to have a bobblehead.
True. And also just like posters and, you know, I mean, the big thing is that people would be paying out the ass for an 01 Burley jersey.
Uh-huh. Jerseys, signed baseballs, whatever.
Yeah.
Azure's like name is like important enough that you'd pay for that. Yeah, trading cards as well, like the fucking baseball cards of Azure for like each of her, you know, each of her seasons, including the funny one.
I mean, especially the blue season. Because, like, what the fuck happened? And it's so weird compared to all of her other cards. Like, it demands a high price. It commands a high price.
Meanwhile, Deloise, she's like a CEO. She doesn't get anything of her. She makes $5 bajillion a second off of Deco products.
God.
Well, Violet Heart, you better be prepared to pay out the ass for the blue season card.
Okay, I'm
She's not like...
Eat well.
Take care, Stella. I was just about to ask your question, too. Well, just about as in, like,
well,
whenever
move to the next one.
Well, remind me when Stella's back to, Do we want to go to the next question?
Well, the question was about, like, head cannons or something, right? Like, I thought we were, like, pretty much completely moved on from that already.
Yeah. Okay, question from somebody who did not put their name in, so this is a question from Anonymous. And I'm not sure we'll be able to answer this one. What's your favorite dinosaurs? I don't really know their names, is the thing.
Yeah, that's the issue, and I don't really think about them that much, I'm really sorry to say.
I don't have a particular favorite dinosaur. I like that dinosaurs are like bird.
Yeah, true.
They are simply Bort.
They are simply Bort.
Like...
He keeps flipping my
Yeah,
fucking bug!
It's so cool! Do that down! I will take this opportunity to talk about dinosaurs and just what I like about them, but I have no particular favorite or even like know the names other than like Tyrannosaurus Rex, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Utah Raptor, Velociraptor. Those kinds of things.
You seem to be enjoying yourself, alright?
So I will just say that I absolutely adore the fact that we have found that dinosaurs were feathery and that
Yeah.
they're more like birds. And that like we've even discovered the dinosaur feathers. That I think that's awesome that we have discovered feathers in amber, and that I think about this millions of years era that we had where dinosaurs ruled the earth, and this like wow big sport, and it's really
When
cute.
birds were on top.
I don't know how everybody feels about Kurzgesagt videos, but there's a video they did about like the dinosaurs like during their era, of which like it really like touched
Oh,
me
this
to
guy's an
think.
asshole.
It
Except
really
he's an
really
idiot.
it really touched me in the heart to really see like these interpretations of dinosaurs with like with bright coloring and modern day like behavior, because like the one thing that we can't really determine from a dinosaur's bones is their like behavior. How did they act? How did they, you know, we could
How the
sort of
fuck they
determine
do?
that. Yeah, I can sort of determine that yeah, that's why I said I'm not like putting stock in Kurzgesagt as like a whole channel. I'm just saying that I watched a video made by them that I liked. Um and so like
That's the one where the guy, where it sounds like the Stanley Parable narrator, right?
yes. Yeah, and they've got very simplified graphics. My personal dislike of some of their videos is just that they focus too much on sci-fi as a given for the future. But yeah, anyway, I don't know, I just really liked their way of talking about what dinosaurs might have been like in the past, and how like, oh, like the Triceratops, like, you know, big skull on its head was probably to help display things that helped it in like mating rituals and like, you know, attracting a mate and being cool and bright, and it probably did a lot of things that like what birds do. You know how complicated some bird mating dances are. You know, when birds court other birds, they go all out, and dinosaurs probably did too.
Gosh.
You know, it's very lovely. I really like it. I really like what they said about it, and it makes me enjoy it. It's like, honestly, I'm like just like not particularly interested in the big reptile dinosaurs. I would far more like it if feathered dinosaurs were just completely supplanted them.
Can't fucking move, bro. Corsola is so goddamn rigid.
This one's a, I don't even know if I want to like ask this one, because it is just a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's just asking. This is a fucking like 2012 fucking meme. I'm just gonna
Do you
delete
like
that
butt
for
kips?
being. Did you like cheeseburger? I deleted it for being not particularly funny.
Yeah, that's not even like one of the beloved classics of old internet. That's just like something that was there.
I think it's crazy that the meteorite that ended the dinosaurs left behind a crater that's still. It's fucking crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking awesome. Here's one that I think we can probably answer.
Oh boy.
There's something I love about cross-generational evolution Pokemon. Got a favorite? That one comes from Rose.
Mamoswine.
Mamoswine?
Mamoswine is so cool, and like Piloswine really deserved justice, so I'm so glad that Mamoswine exists.
Also, Centaur, I'm going to, like, defend myself by saying I didn't say who they were, so it's not like I publicly, like, named and shamed them for being unfunny.
Yeah.
I just said that their submission was unfunny and deleted it.
But yeah, Mamoswine cool. Weavile also cool, but I don't think quite as cool as Mamoswine. But also, I'm very biased. I love ground types.
Viola loves her ground and
My mud and
dust
clay.
and dirt and sand and
Yeah.
mud. Whenever I visit Viola, it's so
I'm
hard
dripping
to
with
keep her-
perspiration.
It is so It is so hard for me to
sharing
keep.
Marco.
It is so hard for me to keep Viola away from wallowing in the mud. She loves the ground so
I'm not a
much.
pig. I am a baby.
Should be in mud.
No, the wool's gonna get dirty.
I have to like think about cross-generational evolutions. I gotta like look at a list.
Like
Luckily, Bulbapedia has one.
like Probopass and Mamoswine and Weavile and stuff like that.
Sheep and cows are grazing animals, though. Yeah.
Oh, and Gallade.
Gallade's really cool.
Gallade's cool as hell. I should use a Gallade in a run sometime.
Well, you're going to be playing Gen 4 after this, so...
Right? Yeah, but I think that means
You're
being
going to be
stuck with
playing
a
Gen
Kirlia
4.
for a long time. I don't know where the Dawnstone is in Gen 4.
Yeah, dear, you're going to be playing Gen 4 next. You're not going to be playing XD.
Oh, okay, sure. Oh gosh, light screen is really good, especially for this one. What do I replace? Body slam? But body slam is just like such good damage. Synthesis, I guess, because I'm just using items anyway.
I don't know if I have, like, one favorite cross-generational,
Guess.
like, line, but I feel like so far through what I'm scrolling through, Miss Magius has got to be one of the, like, top...
Yeah, that's hella good.
Misdreavious to Misdreavious felt unfinished. I'm surprised that it
Yeah.
did not come packaged with an evolution, and so, like,
Yeah, I mean,
Miss
same
Magius...
with Piloswine.
Murkrow and Honchkrow as well. I think Honchkrow and Miss Magius were, like, incredible additions to Gen 2 Pokemon that just needed it.
They finally completed these Pokemon.
Frostlass gave a actually good alternative to Glalie.
Yay!
It's fascinating that, like, after Gen 4, they just, like, entirely stopped until recently. Well, you got King Gambit as the follow-up to Bisharp. Diplin and Hydrapple as alternatives to Appleton and Flapple. And you got Archaludon as an alternative to Duraludon.
Salad.
That was so odd. I'd say Weavile and Sneasler are pretty good, too. As a cheerleader.
Hi, Shadow. Howdy do.
Hi. I think Dunsparce is really funny.
Continuing the joke of Dunsparce. Shit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, fuck. Hold on. It appears in saving Fortress, I have left it with no good moves. Uh-oh. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies.
Also, I'd like to give a mention to Farigiraf as a recent
True.
option for that.
Very
Farigiraf kind of fucking based, and also they gave it eyeliner.
Yeah,
like,
they made it serve.
Yeah, the Farigiraf kind of serves, and I like the interpretation of it looking like kind of like a hoodie. I want to make a Farigiraf character in which that's just like their hoodie.
Gosh.
I think Farigiraf's really good. I think, like, Farigiraf is just a really funny, like, elaboration on Girafarig. It's like,
Right?
instead of having to be opposites, you are now, like, on the same side.
They YTP'd it.
Yeah.
Girafarig is to palindromes as Farigiraf is to sus jokes.
God. I'm looking at like other cross-generational ones, and it's like a lot of them are just kind of like okay. I think Crobat is a pretty good one. Golbat does
Yeah.
not really feel like a final. Bellossom's really cute. Bellossom's really cute, but I actually don't know how good it is as like a follow-up to Gloom.
Yeah, that's the issue. They just wanted to show off that like the Sunstone has like a vibe to it, I guess.
I will say it's really funny how Gloom to Blossom is, as far as I know, as far as I last checked, Gloom to Blossom is the only time a Pokemon gets shorter upon evolving. All
God.
other like evolutions involve the Pokemon getting taller or at the very least remaining the same height.
Lord.
Gloom and to Blossom is the only one where they actively get shorter. Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of other like neat ones, but I mean, there's also like Pokemon like Electabuzz and Magmar, which got like a baby in Gen 2 and then a final in Gen 4.
Yeah.
Thank you for the questions, Mew. Also, Eevee just inherently count. The evolutions
Oh,
just
I
inherently
guess.
count.
Yeah. I don't feel like they
Evolutions that
count.
are
I
not-
feel like they're their own thing. They're like a complete
Yeah.
category of Pokemon. Like Eevee is
Like they-
barely even a Pokemon at this point. It's like a gender more than anything.
Like yeah, like they do count. Like yeah, like Eevee to Sylveon is like another like Eevee to any evolution that is not Vaporeon. Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon is like a cross-generational thing, but like
Ball! He's not crying, he's
Oh.
just proclaiming his love for Ballin. Anyways, Rory is ascending.
oh, it's typically not what she tends to do, but
No, but she is
I'm
growing
all for
larger.
something new. She's becoming pear-shaped,
True!
and she's Geen.
And she's green.
Oh, Queen of Glitch, are you the one talking about cross-generational evolution?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, here, to reiterate, since you probably got here late, my favorite is Mamoswine. Because I am biased for ground types.
And I was just like looking through a list just to refresh my memory, and I think like Miss Magius and Honchkrow are probably my favorites. For Rigorath is like a close, like second, I think. Flygon.
Get at a.
Why is that Pokemon called 3-Foot Johnny?
Don't ask what the third foot is.
I love Johnny having the inches marker on it.
Yeah,
This guy is
height
3 feet
is
and Johnny
3.
inches.
Yeah, he's 3 foot Johnny. That's his height.
3 feet Johnny inches.
He's 3 foot Johnny. What else can I say?
Should have been 4-Foot Johnny. No, he only has 3. I'd be worried if he had 4.
That'd be scary.
But yeah. So just like for the yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to answer your question.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is like directed specifically at me,
Oh, cool.
but I'm reading the question. It's not like this question is specific to me, so I'm going to open it up to you. I don't know why they specified it to me.
I don't know, because they saw the channel as Wingu on Twitch and they say, hey, Wingu.
Or maybe they don't. I'll just read the question and we'll speculate after.
Cool.
I like the implication that the trainer has to say, don't ask what the 3rd foot is every time they introduce 3-Foot Johnny.
You really don't want to know. You would not like his answer.
Do not want to know. Anyway, the question. I know you've posted art about pro football, but do you follow any college teams? It can be for any sport, not just football. No.
Not really. I didn't go to a college that has a big, like, football program to it or, like, a presence in, like, the high level football, so I just kind of never really got into it. I very much was into football in high school, watching my team, and as an adult, watching the Colts and Lions play, but not not as a college kid.
I think my problem with college football is that there's like 10 times as many teams and it's very unstructured compared to the
Yeah,
NFL.
no, you just have to think about like your conference basically more than anything.
Yeah. Like I will put my support behind the Michigan Wolverines because that's just like the one that I grew up with people around me supporting, and so I'm just like, well, I don't really know, I don't have any attachment to any particular college, so I'll just root for the Wolverines because that's all I've known. But you know, like I think one time I watched a Michigan State game, and then another time I watched a like the game, the
Boom.
Michigan Ohio State game, and then I watched Michigan beat Bama in on like New Year's 2024, and that's about it. It's just kind of like, yeah, if I wanted to become a Michigan fan, then I could follow and watch all of their games and um know specifically to watch.
Whoa.
Oh, like no, they're
So
up
sick.
against these teams this year, but like, shug. College football, college sports is just kind of not my thing.
And they make me shrug.
And I don't even really care about basketball as a sport unless your team name is Ventura City Drifters. In which case you're not real, you're a comic.
Aw, dang it.
I wish the Ventura City Drifters were real because that would mean Emily Lang is real. But yeah. That is our stance on college stuff.
Yippee.
Let me look at the next question.
Me, that's because I'm the BBB.
She's the
I am the BBB. That's me. Ambrose is literally me.
Miss BB should be me and me.
You BB Bobby. Shabby
Shabby
Bobby.
Bobby.
Shabby Bobby. Shabby Bobby. Shabby Bobby. Shabby Bobby. Bobby Bobby. Bobby Bo. Shabby Bobby. Shabby Bobby.
So putting a screw shape on my opponent's Hitmontop, so when they try to spin, they just drill themselves into the ground.
No!
Well, speaking of text, this next one is from text.
Oh my gosh, from Texas.
I'm suspecting that a lot of these that got submitted today will be from the viewers right here, right now. What's an unusual game/game chat might not expect an interest in that you want to play on stream?
Sorry, what was it, Babaja? I had to type.
Oh, what's an unusual game/game chat might not expect an interest in that you want to play on stream?
Let me look at my stream ideas. I don't know, it feels like most of these are just kind of like popular games is the thing.
I think the most out of left field game we played was Teardown, simply because there's not really any build up to like wanting to play it, and I'd never like even like heard of it.
It's very cool though. As
It
I'm
is
sure
very
you
good.
found that it is quite the funny game.
Mm-hmm. Like Pac-Man World is not really that out of the question either, just because Castle Crashers is like one of the other like more like out of left field ones.
Shrug.
Shrug. Like the thing is like I'd love to say that I have some out of left field ideas, but like I don't know. They're RPGs and I like RPGs, so
Yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like all the games that even, like, are pretty distant games that are fairly beloved some way or another.
This doesn't really need to be popular or unpopular, it's more asking about games that chat might not expect y'all to be super into, like unexpected interests. That's the thing is, like, I think we tend to think about games we would have an interest in. We are not really a
I
stream
have to
of...
like. There's like a real like level of metacognition of like, how am I perceived? Well, I mean, what games do you expect me to play, chat? Because I don't really know how to answer this question unless I know what you all expect.
Because, like, we play games that we have an interest in because they are games that are interesting to us. So yeah, we're turning this question back on you, chat. How do you perceive us and our game tastes?
First, in order to answer this question, we have to define what is expected by chat. I have never lifted anything heavier than a Pokeball. Cool, thanks. Didn't ask. Die. Pushing you off the edge.
It's like imagining like the emoji of like pointing directly at the viewer. Gru pointing. I haven't seen enough of your streams to know. Cool, cool. But you know who we are, Mew.
You mean you can go onto the YouTube channel and see our playlists?
I don't like that love disc has a mouth.
How else is it
Feel
going
like
to
it's-
eat? It's a little fishy.
I feel like it should just be an abstract shape.
No, it's a fishy.
Oh.
I am fine with it being a little fishy. Okay.
Centaur says, Meadow feels like an Animal Crossing or strategy game player, and Viola experiences constant woes, so I'm hard calling Civ. It's really funny because Viola's the one who plays Fire Emblem.
God.
So I am not a very strategy... My brain doesn't work half the time, so I'm not a very good strategy game player.
Alright, so here, I'm
Viola
gonna...
had to gently teach me how to play.
Uh-huh.
Also, yes, there is a YouTube. Scroll down below the
Yes,
stream, and
yes,
you can
Please
click on the button that says
subscribe
VODs
to
and other
catch-
videos.
yes, catch all of our VODs on there, as well as fun little stream highlights along the way. It's a very, very real labor of love that Meadow has been putting all of our stuff in an easy-to-access format.
And also just like random things that I upload to, because this is my YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's just her personal YouTube channel. This is her personal Twitch channel. I've just kind of hijacked it because I'm the only one who has energy for streaming.
Uh-huh. If I did not let Viola stream on my channel, we probably would have stopped streaming many months ago. Maybe like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
I have a Space Engine playlist. Yes, I do have a Space Engine playlist. I do not like upload it in a while, but I just like sometimes found things in Space Engine that I think were neat. To be fair, I play FE by going, fuck, that was a bad move, rewind.
God. So here's... I'm going to list some of the genres of games that I am going to be playing on the channel, eventually. One of them starting quite soon after, after this Monday's, Monarchy Monday stream. Just to list a few and see if they're the genres you expect. Action-adventure, CRPG, visual novel, JRPG.
I don't even know about the visual novel one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what this one is. I was not expecting us to have a visual novel on the list. So I don't know what CRPG is.
Computer RPG, which is like an RPG, which is like a tabletop game which has been translated onto a computer.
Oh, I think I remember what game was on the list. I'm not going to say it. I think I remember it, though. I know the next one you're planning on, the action-adventure one.
Yeah,
CRPGs like Baldur's Gate, right?
Gate
Yeah.
and games like that. Yeah, and like Pathfinder and those.
OG Fallout. Hi, Stella.
Hi, oh my gosh, your boy,
Speaking of
baby.
games we've played, I'm gonna just loop back to Stella's question now that they're here.
Oh boy.
How many Metroid games have either of y'all beaten, and which ones were your faves? For me, 0.
Oh gosh, I mean, I've played some of Super, I've played some of Zero Mission, I've played some of Fusion, but I haven't finished any of them, even though I really want to. Maybe I'll play Metroid games on stream too. I'll play some Metroidvanias, add that to the list of genres.
God. Should play the Prime trilogy. Gosh.
Pachons. Alright, get the fuck out of here.
Did you have a question for Stella? I had a question from Stella that I just now asked.
Uh-huh. How frightful.
Dear, if we ever play a Metroid game on stream, we need to really theme the promo around doing it for Azure.
Gosh. We gotta.
We gotta.
Oh, what a darling boy.
No, I think, I mean, maybe I did and I completely forgot, but I'm pretty sure what I meant to say was
This teacher's skirt is really short.
Yeah, something tells me they're not an actual teacher. They're a teacher for porn.
Oh, well, I've played a teacher in pornography.
Yeah. But I think Asintar, what I had said was that we wanted to ask the question from Stella. I think it's just a weird way of wording it. And after marathoning the entire series last year, I'm just like, wow, I love them all. I don't think if we could say if
You're so
Super or ZM better.
You are Azure Burley. Congratulations.
God. And you know what that means?
Fish!
Doom.
Oh. I know that too, I guess.
Fish! You know what would be a fun game to play on stream as like a one-off Monday? Web fishing.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
You could invite people.
Yeah, as I hang out. I'd much rather, combat everyone in TF2C, though.
I mean, yeah, TF2C is, better, especially because, you have other people not part of it that are not trying to, focus on you.
Yeah.
If we wanted to do another podcasty stream and for whatever reason wanted to do it on Monday, we could do web fishing.
Yeah, perhaps.
Perhaps. Although I don't think you played it.
No, not at all. Don't even have the game.
Mm-hmm. TF2C was so fun. Yeah, it was really fun. We should definitely,
is just great.
TF2C is, absolutely something that we, should do semi-regularly on stream. I just think something we really need to, more like because, I feel like I'm the one who is the lower energy. I need to find, another day of the week to stream on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do Wednesdays.
The issue is that you do not desire to stream.
Yeah. It's I don't desire to stream, but I also don't want everything to take weeks and weeks to get through because we only stream 2 days a week, but, shrug.
Shrug.
Wonder what your response for a playthrough of Slay the Princess would be. Unfortunately, we have both watched a friend play Slay the Princess,
yeah, so it's been spoiled on us.
Yeah, all the interesting things about it have been spoiled. We would have no surprises. I'm pretty sure our friend Priest literally went through, every ending of Slay the Princess.
Not all of them, no. They're not even close.
Basically
but
all the ones,
He did
though.
a full... No. He did 5 out of, dozens. But he did, a full playthrough of the game.
Yeah, he did enough of a playthrough of a game that there's probably not very many surprises beyond, oh, we're going for a different ending than any of the ones he got. Monday fight cage stream to attack chat. That would be funny. It's a dedicated stream to combating all of chat. To be attacked
by chat, though, because I would get fucking wrecked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, neither of us are good at fighting games.
Nope. Zenton. Sure, dude.
A Centaur, did you... God. A Centaur, did you just, like, ask, like, 6 questions in your question?
Oh, you could never stop at just one.
I mean, I did say it's fine if people wanted to ask multiple questions. This is a Centaur. Give me the Guilty Gear Fight Night. Let's fucking go. And also, yes. Oh, God. Guilty Gear. Fuck, dude. You know, I think it's really funny that Bridget from Guilty Gear has a bear plush.
True.
A sentient bear
It's
plush
of
named
Bridget.
Roger.
Oh, dang it.
Bridget Graceland and Bridget Guilty Gear outfit when...
Lord.
I don't think it is at all how she would dress, but it would be really funny to put her in it regardless.
Not even a little bit, but don't worry about it.
Forcing her to learn how to use a yo-yo. Forcing her to
Terrifying.
learn to use a combat yo-yo. Okay, but like imagining like Bridget Guilty Gear, but with a Bridget Graceland plush instead of Roger.
What should I do? Get the combo. You'll need the energy.
God, that's why I keep typing Bridget Graceland as Bridget Guilty Gear and quickly editing it. That's the thing, they're said the same. It's just that Bridget Guilty Gear does not have the TE at the end. It's Bridget and Bridget.
Bridge.
Except they're both just said Bridget.
Bridge.
Abridged. By the way, if there's any new people here, the people new here, I'm going to get to a Centaur's questions quickly, but like, any new people here, please read Viola's book, Holly Perez and Ford's Golden Tour. It's very good.
Yeah, look it up. It's on AO3. Whole thing. For free.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a novel.
You wrote an entire book, and it's really, really, really good. Here, I'll simply link it. Of course, I imagine a lot of people here have also just read it, and so this is redundant.
You
but
read it, and you read it.
I've noticed a couple. I've noticed there's a couple of first-time chatters and some people I don't recognize, and so definitely think. You know, a Centaur, I'm glad that your friend was not saying unkind words for the other aspects of Bridget, but just saying that you were carried by a good character.
God.
Their unkind words have nothing to do with Bridget trans. All their unkind words have to do with Bridget being too good.
Have to do with Bridget OP.
God. Ford's fighting game. Ford's fighting game, my beloved hypothetical concept.
God.
But yeah, Ford's good. Anyway, let's get to the first of a Centaur's many questions.
Oh boy.
I sound very disdained. I hope you don't take that the wrong way. I just had to... Who's the Rushdown?
I don't know. I don't know what fighting games are. I don't know anything about fighting games. Stop asking me these questions. But people keep fucking bringing up fighting game jokes, and like every time it's like that one fucking like DM exchange of like, how big is that dick? He's like, small. Leave me alone.
I think a more accessible topic is the Ford's Kart Racer.
True.
Ford's Kart Racer, Ford's Party Game, Ford's RPG.
Gosh.
The Ford's Kart Racer is just like really fun though, just to think about. I like to think about it as a double dash type, or at least it has a double dash mode.
Gosh.
To answer your question, Stella, I don't know.
Nobody knows. You all read the book. You all know the answer.
Yeah, you all read the book, so go and decide amongst yourselves who would be the Rushdown.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Centaurs first, I'd love to hear about what you plan on playing when you're finally out of Poke Hell.
I mean,
Well,
it's Pokemon Saturday is the thing, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday time slot is just Pokemon, so
I mean, we could play other
and
RPGs, I guess.
we're not going to like reveal our next game until we're done with Monarchy Monday next Monday.
So y'all better be there so you can learn what we're gonna do next.
Y'all better be there and help us take down Viola the Tyrant.
Oh, you're gonna fucking lose because you're so uncoordinated. You're just a bunch of rebellious rabble trying to defy the divine right of kings.
It would be nice if more of the games that we play on stream were not mean to you, dear.
Alas.
I would like it if there was a stream of some of these games where you don't get mad, because I don't like seeing you mad.
But you...
Oh. Stretching. A centaur, this one's too vague, but I'm going to toss it Viola's way anyway. A centaur's asking for a fun history story.
Oh boy. Let's try and think up something. Oh gosh.
Text, just like resubmit like the finished version and I'll like know, okay? While you think, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, okay, dear?
Hey. Trying to think of a funny one is the thing, right? Like, y'all ever hear about Diogenes? That guy's a hoot. That guy is a barrel of monkeys. I will wait to see if anyone has heard of Diogenes before going off into a little thing. Yeah, there you go. At least one person already knows Diogenes. What a champ! What a champ!
I'm back.
Hello. I'm going to tell them about Diogenes,
Oh boy, tell him.
the great cynic philosopher of ancient Greece. In this case, cynic, like the school of cynicism, refers to like not taking for granted like the like standards of like, you know, just like the way things are, different cultures and the values, and not like taking that as like necessarily like a natural order of things. This translated generally into him being a fucking unpredictable legend. Bro, like, held no, like, property of his own. He lived in a barrel, just kind of hanging out nearby, like, the market of, like, Athens or what have you. I don't know if it was specifically Athens, it was one of the cities. And he would mostly just make a public nuisance of himself and like try to annoy other philosophers that he like didn't like the ideas of.
Kind of a legend.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking champ. The most fun story about him is it's actually a couple little interactions with Alexander of Macedon, that conquering fellow who went to Diogenes because he wanted like to gain some wisdom. He heard of Diogenes. He was really into like his ideas. He thought he was like just a real hoot. And like,
This guy's onto something.
yeah. And like, dude like walks up to him to like try and like get some wisdom out of the guy, and the first thing that he says to like this guy that's about to go on and like conquer the entire Persian Empire is, "Hey, step aside, you're getting in the way of my sunlight." The other bit is Alexander saying like, "Man, if I had to pick like one person other than myself to be, it would be Diogenes." And Diogenes responded, "Man, if I had to be anyone else, I'd be Diogenes too." And like, the guy wasn't even like offended or anything. He was like, "Holy shit, he's just as cool as they say."
God. It's so good. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
This is what used to get you named as like a famous philosopher.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
As a legend and a very smart person is saying this kind of shit. And living in a barrel.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Okay. No, I think it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay. I'm glad that it makes sense, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's just, for some reason I thought that this area was the 50s, but no, that should be Area 6, because we start at 0.
Mm.
It's the same thing as the centuries issue. Yeah, oh yeah, that's another funny story, is like, little, like, questions of, like, trying to identify the nature of things. Is how do you describe a human in the fewest terms possible? You know, one philosopher came up with was able to reduce it down to a 2-word description: featherless biped. Which point Diogenes responded by barging into his school with a plucked chicken, saying, "Behold a man."
That's gotta be one of the most fucking legendary things anybody's ever done. It's just like, he's hated that so much that he was being the biggest fucking hater and just saying,
"Yeah, no, he's
look
like,
at me."
his whole philosophy is just get your head out of your ass.
God.
And that's what made him a legend.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Professional hater is probably the best word for it.
Loves the way it feels to be a hater. Next question from a Centaur. Centaur, you're really like allowing us to like make the most of all these questions by having a lot in one. How you both got into drawing / art?
I had been drawing like my own funny little like OCs and whatever with friends in like middle school, but like by the time of high school I had like completely fallen off of that. And I basically did not draw much of anything in any capacity until like partway through college, when like I just kind of got to reach to the point of realizing, like, man, I don't have much income coming in to get, like, commissions or anything. The only way that I am going to get funny art done of the characters that I want to see is if I do it myself. And so I started making myself do art just to create the things that I wanted to see, and that driving philosophy of fuck it, I'll just make what I want to see has been the driving force for a lot of things, including but not limited to Fords, The Usual Suspects.
Like, Fords was like Yeah, that's writing and not art, but like Fords is like one of
Yeah.
the most powerful examples I can think of for you and your like ability to just go like, I need to see what I want to see. I'm going to make it because
Uh-huh.
nobody else will.
Nobody else is going to do this for me. No company, no one on Earth is going to actually make it good for me. So I'm just going to do it myself.
And we make the usual suspects because fuck Marvel, fuck companies. They're never good. None of them could ever make Indigato. None of them could ever make Bunite, Sakaram, Indigato, and any of the other characters that we have like made and brought into this world. They're all cowards.
Cow.
Oh, I can't really say that I ever remember how I got into art
Yeah,
because
you never stopped.
I never stopped drawing. Like, I've been drawing since I was little. My mom has a framed picture of me drawing Blue's Clues pop print in 2003 when I was
Gosh.
Babby. She like has that and like has it framed somewhere still. I don't know if it's like hanging up, but it's still a picture that I know I have. That's like one of the earliest drawings I've ever saved. But like I always loved art class. I never truly stopped, although I think around 2012, 2013 was probably my least active. Probably like 2011, 2012 was probably my least active art period. I just had such a like not really much direction in what I desired to draw. But then around like 2013, 2014, I got into anime. And that gave me a lot of ideas for what to draw. Mostly like just like anime characters, but then
Anime,
also creating
werewolves.
Yeah, no, like where like, you know, I had my dream about werewolves, which led to me creating Urufu, which was my first OC, which is just wolf in Japanese, but not Okami, but like the other way.
Transliterated into Japanese.
Yeah, transliterated wolf to Urufu. And that's because back in 2014, all I knew was to put Google Translate, to go to Google Translate and do that. Yeah, yeah, from there, I'd say my modern interest and sensibilities with drawing art began in 2014. Everything before that was, you know, just like plain doodles of, you know, like plain doodles of just kind of thinkings, like whatever. 2014 is where I became motivated to draw art regularly and to
Nice.
try to develop a style. That is like where my journey began, and I like started drawing on my tablet in December of 2014. So I've been doing this for 10 years now, but it's led to what you see now on my profiles, which I think is pretty good art. I think I'm a
Chaser.
pretty decent artist. And also Moon Chaser, yeah. What's fascinating to think about is when I was wanting to start working on Moon Chaser, I was 3 years into this journey. Now I'm 10 years into this journey.
Uh-huh.
That's fucking crazy to me to like think about like how novel the idea of making like digital art was still to me when I was thinking about Moon Chaser originally. Like that like really puts into perspective how long 7 years has been.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to think your art is older than my nephew. Oh god. Yeah, I mean when my nephew was born,
And her nephew too.
yeah, when my nephew was born, I was 4 years into this journey. In fact, around the time my nephew was born, was around the time I realized what I wanted my art style to actually be.
Nice.
That was around the time I threw away the art style I was trying to force myself to have, and started going back to the art style I just like naturally drew in. And so, the journey of my current style probably like
Bro, they're shaking
truly
my
like
fucking orb.
the journey of my current art style like truly began in like May of 2018. Like it got interrupted and like disrupted from like December to May. By the way, I'm loving every page of Out of the Blues and
Thank
Moonchaser.
you. Thank
Yippee!
you.
My 7-year passion project is happening!
You're very good, dear.
People like it, and people like your comic, and we both help each other, so, like, these are both our combined labors of love, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Viola has been an unimaginable help with Moonchaser's story and script. She writes all the dialogue. I need to make sure that I credit her for that
I
as
like
soon as
this
I
guy's
can.
attitude.
Guts, 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 guts. Oh, one.
Oh, no,
Um, yeah, that is. Just like look at Moonchaser's page of extended credits, and you will find the 3 big names are mine, Viola, and Return to Sender.
Uh-huh. Just good believe.
And says he likes guts, and neither of these Pokemon have guts for their ability.
Bro. But
Yeah, no,
imagine
Viola
them
has.
with guts. Smiles.
Ayo! God, Sablei's so small.
Uh-huh. Baby, baby, baby.
Viola has an extreme talent for dialogue writing. Viola has an extreme talent for being able to make a character have their own voice, and I think like you've like really exemplified that in your rewrites of Ford's dialogue as well.
Gosh. Thank you.
It's because it's true and I love you. Mwah.
Oh. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Eat.
Eat. Eat. Yeah?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just yawning. I'm excessively yawning during these streams and I hate it.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Related to that, how the first design of your personas came about is the Centaur's next question in this.
Oh gosh. You want to start? I think you should start.
I feel like mine is a little more straightforward, so I can start while you think of how to tell your story.
Uh-huh.
So like my Sona, of course my Sona originally started off as a wolf. My Sona originated from around like 2015-ish, late 2015. Basically like leading up to me being a furry. Leading up to me being a furry, I think at the time I was really focusing on using like my me as like I was like drawing the design based on my me and because I was playing a lot of Smash at the time, so like the me and the Wii U and stuff like that was like my focus, and so I like based it off of like my me with like the yellow shirt and the kind of rough spiky hair, and like I was drawing my me a couple times, and then I was like, well, for my persona, I could just draw that, but a wolf. And that's how I got the basic idea of what became my earliest version of my persona, a brown wolf with like long hair and a yellow Smash Bros hoodie, and gray pants because that's what a me had. And that is the origin of my fucking like base Sona design concept. And from there, from like late 2015 when I first made my first FA icon on an account that I immediately never used again, my base persona concept has merely been iterated and iterated and iterated and iterated upon for ages and ages and ages.
Gosh.
For literally
ages
nearly probably 10 years. It will be 10 years at the end of this year from that first drawing of my persona to my current design. Of course, the question was about how the first design of our personas came about. So like, I don't need to go heavy into detail, but like, of course, I'm now Cal, because I had a change soon after I transitioned. And so it's just like I just realized I like cow better. A cow fits me as a person better. And um yeah. You know, over time the outfit and stuff has changed as well. It's just lots of iteration, lots of iteration.
Lots of adoration.
It and that and everything iteration. So yeah, did I give you enough time, dear?
Yeah. Okay. So it was like 2016 where I. The funny bit is that it's a it was a like Zootopia fanfic like slice of life series that I read wherein the main character is a sheep guy. Um that inspired me to first like in some sloppy way depict myself Shabibi like, but like just kind of based on how I looked at the time, which naturally then also included the boy aspect.
Oh
But
dear lord.
yeah, I know, right? Obscene. Maybe like, oh gosh, I don't even know how long later it was, but there came a time when in another Discord I was in, this person, I don't even remember their name, I haven't talked to them in years and years, they said, hey, I've got like a sheep lady character, like I've gotten like like 4 pieces of her like all together. Her name is Abby. I'm going to sell like the rights off to this character for like 25 bucks. I was like, cool, my brand is like basically sheep now, so I'll take it. And with that, with that kind of created space for me to very slowly and subtly move my primary Sona over from the boy sheep to the girl sheep. From that point, I've just been taking that design and iterating on it for years and years to get what you see today.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's worth noting that that adopt that you turned into your Sona is where you got the name Abby from, for Abby Ford.
As in Abigail Fords.
Mm-hmm.
Because
which
my
at the time was
original Sona name for the boy Shabibi was Gilliam Fords. So
Gosh.
I created that as lady equivalent, and then oops. That's how I ended up with the name Abby Fords, and even when I turned into, you know, my own separate person from that character concept, the name Abby Fords had stuck around for use in the story.
Mm-hmm. It's like you are no longer Abby Fords. Abby Fords is a character.
Yeah.
Yola Valentine is you.
Hi. Oh!
Hey.
I'm being hit with sludge.
Sludge. Oh. Bruh.
Yeah.
One thing I was gonna point out as well is like the when we did the whole gender swap thing, like gender swap Ford's verse, the Ford's name is Galen or Gale Fords rather than I'm glad that you didn't use Gilliam.
Yeah, no, totally separate.
Mm-hmm. Had this gender swap thing happened like at a much earlier time, I imagine you probably might have.
Maybe.
But maybe. But now, you know, Abby Fords is so different from you that like at this point you it does not even cross your mind. But yeah. Getting hit with slop in the slopcast, how ironic.
It's very sad, actually.
This is so sad. Can we get 5,000 likes? Our first real
Please.
Sona was a bunny, and then the robot cat happened, and then other things happened, and somehow this all culminates in Fox. I think it is utterly fascinating how Vulpix captures people.
It's scary.
I don't know what like for me, like it's not that Vulpix isn't cute. It just like it just slides off my brain. Like it does not have a hold on me like it does other people.
Yeah, you can see, I went through a whole fucking mystery dungeon game as Vulpix. And then afterwards, I immediately went back to drawing myself as Arcanine because I feel absolutely zero attachment to the fox.
Yeah. Foxes drag you into the woods and you don't return the same. God. This isn't even the first time we've been Vulpix. It's fascinating. It's fascinating how much I can witness some people completely reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have just been basically the same Sona just iterated upon.
Except for the cow part.
Well, yeah, but even that's an iteration. It's a way of iterating. I had the squirrel because an old friend a while ago had a squirrel, and then I read a gay furry book series with a fox, and Drago was already so orange the fox, or was already orange, so the fox switch was fun. Gosh. Well, I'm glad that you settled down still and that, like, it feels good for you. I think that is the most important part about a Sona, is that it should feel like you and it should make you happy.
Especially if it's a you.
Uh-huh. I think that if your Sona isn't making you happy, that's the point at which you need to consider updating it or changing or making some kind of tweak. Because if a Sona is... there was, like, a period of time where I actually used my Pokesona, my Alchemy form, more than my, like, WAF form. That was around late 2021, and guess what happened when I finally started using my Sona more, my non-Pokesona more,
Wow.
in late 2021.
Wow.
Dragon Sona chose me, honestly. If another avatar had been present in VR chat's main menu, I probably would have been that instead, ideally Cow. Well, you can always try out Cow as well.
You can literally just choose.
You did say ideally Cow, which makes me think that maybe you should try something out.
You are allowed to choose. No one is allowed to tell you anything different. Fun old lady. Wow, look at her. She's so fun. Oh, fuck, she's attacking me. Dear. Dear. Also, yours be going ba 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 ba.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, there's one question here I'm not sure I want to ask. This might be a little personal.
Oh no.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you. I want to see if you would be willing to talk about it, or if you think we should skip this one. In your DMs, dear.
Take a peek, take a peek, take a peek.
Cat things are attacking with spoons.
Oh gosh, I'd need to think about that.
Yeah, that is the kind of thing.
Think about that.
That is the kind of thing I don't think I want to answer on stream, simply because I genuinely have not started considering something like that. The other question remaining from a Centaur, other than the one we're not answering, is just what our hobbies are. And I mean, you know us. We're pretty open about our hobbies.
My hobby also happens to be my job.
Yeah. One hobby I have that isn't my job is conlanging, but it's less a hobby and more bashing my head against the wall until I finally succeed.
You just need to, like, not stop yourself every time.
Yeah. I need to power through when something doesn't sound right, but trouble is I'm not very good at helping myself do that because then I just get dejected. I need somebody who, like, knows how to, like, I need somebody who knows conlangs to help reassure me that what I'm doing is actually fine.
Nice.
Conlanging. Making constructed languages. Also, no need to apologize to Centaur. It's a genuine, like, question, and it's an interesting one. It's just not one that I would like to answer on stream because it's something that me and Viola would have to very, very personally and lengthily talk about
Yeah.
what we want.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
You do not have to feel bad for asking it. Yeah, having someone to rubber duck ideas off of is, like, actually very
Oh
helpful.
my gosh, just
and
like
that's what
Corey, dude, just like Corey for
like Corey.
Oh,
Never heard. I'm surprised, Violet Heart, that you've never heard about. Like, it makes sense that it's a very niche hobby, but like, I'm surprised that you haven't heard about it in the sense of things like Klingon or Quenya, Navi from Avatar and stuff like that. Like, while it is a niche hobby to actually engage in terms of works of fiction that have conlangs in them, it's actually quite, like, notable. Klingon Dothraki, Quenya and Sindarin from Lord of the Rings, and yeah. It's my path turned to dark.
yeah, like this.
Um,
The screen went black.
my latest iteration of conlanging as a hobby, because I fell out of it for so long until recently, there is a country in Moonchaser's world next to the Japan equivalent that I want to make a conlang for. It is a country that has absolutely no importance to
That
the
will
story.
never appear, you will never even see a character from it, and no character will ever talk about it.
Well, maybe a character will mention it once, but only
Maybe
after I've developed the
once.
language. Like, the thing is that it's mostly, I wanted to put it in the Moonchaser universe so I could have a context, because making a naturalistic conlang is much easier when you have a context for it. Yeah, Violet Heart, it's conlanging. It's a conlang,
A
constructed language.
language as opposed to a natural language.
And it is a notable thing for, like, Lord of the Rings. Tolkien did not create fiction and then put a conlang in it. He created conlangs and then decided, well, I need to make something to put this in.
Bro has, like, appendices in his books about, like, okay, so, like, in the original text, these characters had slightly different names, but I had to, like, translate them to something that a bit different because it needed to sound right to an English speaker, and they need to convey the right vibe.
He does that a lot. Like, with Quenya, he has an immense focus on, like, aesthetics, sound aesthetics, and making sure, like, he puts an umlaut over, like, when he writes stuff in Quenya, and he puts an umlaut over an E that comes at the end of the word so that people don't think it's a silent E. He just, like, J.R.R. Tolkien had rest his soul. J.R.R. Tolkien had one of the best, like, aesthetic minds for conlanging, like, ever seen.
Nice.
What?
What happened? Dear? Dear, did they get her? Did they fucking get her? Holy shit. Chat, they took her away. I legitimately have no idea.
Sorry, I got a knock on my door. My dad was asking me if I wanted anything from Chick-fil-A, and as loath as I am, I will not say no to free food.
Tragedy.
I will happily take mid chicken if it's for free.
As long as I don't have to give any money to Homophobia Chicken Incorporated.
Uh-huh. My nephews stay in the night, so I think that's why. It just seems to be what my brother, often what he gets. Either way, yeah, like, J.R.R. Tolkien, like, just to reiterate what I was saying so I can get myself back on track, J.R.R. Tolkien had one of the strongest aesthetic minds in conlanging history. A lot of conlangs have poorly defined phonotactics, and so it is very difficult to actually tell how the syllables fit together and work. J.R.R. Tolkien instead took great lengths to describe how syllables fit together. Many of the irregularities in a language like Quenya is specifically because it would sound better if it was slightly different. It's because then, oh, these consonants clash. So let's make it different so that these consonants don't clash and everything sounds nice.
Which is just something that happens naturally. People that speaking a language, if they don't like how it sounds, they'll just kind of gradually drift towards something that's easier to say.
And like irregularity is such a common thing with like very commonly used verbs, which is why you have like irregularities in English like see and saw, or like go and went, which that is due to like the went part is derived from a completely different verb that just kind of got absorbed into being the same verb. It's just like, well, the word that would mean this otherwise has like started to mean something else, and so we'll just replace it. And how the word Wednesday just gets
Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's not even like the most egregious.
W-E-N-S day.
Like, you know, like in British English, they say lieutenant when there's not a single F.
Oh yeah, lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Yeah, like, language and linguistics is deeply fascinating to me whenever I'm able to learn about it, and,
Why is Spinda so
I
big?
like...
What the fuck? Spinda should be like Ralt's size. Not that big.
I think it's good that Spinda can be big.
Oh, when Spinda is big,
Spinda's Binda. Needs to be a well-known, yeah, like... There's so many little linguistic and semantic things. If y'all want... if you all want, more resources, to learn, like, there are, like, lots of channels on YouTube that are able to teach you how to make a conlang. But even if you don't intend to make a conlang, a lot of channels on YouTube that teach you how to make conlangs are just also teaching you linguistic facts.
Yeah.
They use real languages as examples, and so even if you have no, like, through YouTube conlanging tutorials and videos, you can learn about the IPA, phonology, and grammar, and like reasons for other languages having things like that. It's utterly fascinating.
Well, there's that one fucking post that someone did, just based on what Glitch has been saying. Just like, oh fuck, I'm trying to remember it. It's like I'm absolutely losing right now. Downright ranged.
God. I am currently with my current conlang project. I am at a phase of very basic proto-lang stuff, and I'm just like I'm reaching the point where I'm like already doubting if what I'm doing is good, even though it's fine.
It's yours. That's all it needs to be.
Mm-hmm. But is it natural? Does it sound good?
Yes.
Um, I can say, like a phrase like, I see the big bird's beak. Nafom owebo nufiba.
Oh, wait.
Owebo.
Oh, wait.
Yes, so the word for bird is owebo
Oh, wait.
in this,
Oh,
because
wait.
I just had to.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Or, your animal eats a fruit.
Oh, wait.
Kumito hogonanga. Or I guess the proper stress, because it's always on the last syllable, is kumito hogonanga.
Oh,
Something
wait.
like that.
Oh, wait.
Owebo.
Oh, wait.
Owebo.
Oh, wait.
Owebo. So the best way to identify conlang sounds natural to ask someone who has experience with conlangs or someone with no experience with conlangs. I mean, probably in a way it would be both, just depending on like what you want to analyze. Like, there's the way of like asking for advice on if something makes sense to somebody who understands like language, and there's somebody, and then you're just asking somebody like else who like has no idea what you mean, like
Does
ultimately
this sound right?
yeah, does this sound good?
Does this sound like a
Ultimate-
language that someone would speak?
Ultimately, I think the most help you can get is probably from people who are into conlangs already, simply because they'll be able to help give you advice. But you just kind of like gleam if it sounds good. You can ask people who has like no experience. Like ultimately, like I'm still like really like low level in terms of like conlang like knowledge, because I've never gotten particularly far in a conlang, even in my many years of doing it. Because I keep psyching myself out and stopping myself from being able to go very complex with anything.
Oh, but you.
But it is my desire with this project to slowly but surely be able to make something that sounds good
Yippee!
and make a lot of words and stuff.
You want to make so many words.
Let's look at the next one, because it's getting to about 3 hours.
Yeah, this is probably the last loop I'm gonna do today.
Yeah, so we'll have time for some more. This is from another anonymous
No, I mean,
asker.
that was the last loop. Like, I'm going to stop the stream now.
Okay, well, I just want to introduce this last question, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's a very short one. It's a very short one. So, from an anonymous asker, would you rather be able to shoot lasers out of your eyes or be able to breathe fire? Lasers.
I think lasers are more controllable. So, I mean,
Mhm.
basically a laser can also set something on fire. It's just, like, way more controlled.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd use laser eyes for, but like...
Heating things up, opening boxes, getting rid of trash.
Alright. Then I will delete all these questions that we've already answered, and then the
Cool.
forum will remain open.
Yes.
I'm not gonna close it,
Not
because there will
until-
likely be
Yeah, right?
more streams just like this one, so...
I mean, the current state of the team, I have half of the party that is up to my level goal. So, I need to get these three, I need to get me and Smiles and 3-Foot Johnny up to level 45, and then I will feel confident to be able to challenge the big bad guy again.
Alright.
But yeah, that will probably require another significant round of grinding next time. Next Pokemon Saturday, which should be next week. Hopefully. Ideally. Oh, you stopped them. Good job, dear.
I stopped them. Is it gonna be another podcast? I wasn't listening.
Presumably, I mean, we have... to reiterate, Smiles, me, and 3-Foot Johnny need to reach level 45, which will require more grinding.
Alright.
And so...
Building up momentum. Gonna break free into the next QPU.
Look, like they try to run when I pause the game and then they get stopped again. It's fucked up.
God.
Very scary. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you enjoyed having your burning questions answered. And I hope that you submit some more for next week. But more than anything, I hope that if you enjoyed your time here, to come swing back around again on Monday for our next Monarchy Monday competition, the second generation of the King of the Castle game that we are going to be playing. Don't worry if you show up late. Don't worry if you've never played before. Don't worry if you don't own the game. You just hot drop in with Twitch and you play the entire game against me using chat commands. It is that easy and it is very, very fun. I hope to see what terrible machinations all of you perfidious nobles come up with on Monday. And, of course, this being the little transition game, after the round is concluded between us, it will be time for me to announce what the next Monday variety stream game will be. And I am very, very excited to reveal that to you all, and I hope that you all are just as excited to learn. For now, I hope that you all have a good day, a good night, and a good week, and a good however long it is until we see each other again. I'll see y'all around.
Bye-bye.